There's a moment, and maybe you have already had it, when Ramadan stops feeling like a celebration and starts feeling like a conversation. A conversation between you and Allah that is more honest, more raw, and more real than anything you have ever prayed before. Assalamu alaikum. I'm so glad you are here, especially right now in this blessed month, wherever this finds you. Because I want you to ask you something, and I need you to be honest with yourself. Do you remember when Ramadan felt easy? When the hardest part was just being hungry? Now you are fasting through deadlines, through grief, through a marriage that needs work, or a parent who's getting older, or a loneliness you can't fully explain. And you wonder, is something wrong with me? Why doesn't Ramadan feel the way it used to? I'm going to tell you exactly why. And when you understand it, it will completely change how you experience the rest of this month. Stay with me. Cast your mind back. When you were maybe 7, 8 or 9 years old, Ramadan meant staying up past midnight with the adults. It meant the smell of Mama's kitchen at 3 a.m., something between cardamom and warmth that no candle has ever replicated. Did you fast today? The whole day? You wore it like a trophy. And Eid was the greatest day in the entire universe. New clothes, money from every relative. The whole world felt like it was celebrating for you. There was no weight to it, just pure, unfiltered joy. But here's what nobody warned you about. Then gradually, life walked in. You fast and go to work. You make suhoor alone. You break your fast between Zoom calls or in a car on the way home because there was no other moment. The grandparent who used to lead Tarawih in the living room is no longer there, and that empty space at the iftar table hits you so hard that the food loses its taste for a moment. Or maybe you're raising your own children now, so exhausted by the time Isha arrives that you can barely keep your eyes open, let alone your heart present. And you sit there and you think, is something wrong with me? Have I drifted? Have I lost something? No, you haven't lost anything. You have grown into it. And that shift from the Ramadan of childhood joy to the Ramadan of adult depth is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that Allah is taking your ibadah more seriously. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 185, during the month of Ramadan, the Quran was sent down as a guidance to the people with clear signs of true guidance and as the criterion between right and wrong. Guidance for people, not just the young, not just the carefree, the people in every season, every age, every weight of life, including yours right now. So, here's what actually changes. 3 things, and every single one of them is a gift. Number 1, your dua becomes more specific. As a child, you made dua for toys, for Eid gifts, for good grades. Now your duas carry names. Names of people you love deeply. Names of people you are afraid of losing. Dreams that didn't work out the way you planned. Fears that surface only in the quiet. You know now what it actually costs to need something. So when you raise your hands in those last moments before the iftar, that dua is not a rehearsed prayer, it's a conversation, raw, real, and yours. Prophet ﷺ said, the supplications of 3 people are not rejected: the just ruler, the fasting person until they break their fast, and the oppressed person. Sunan Ibn Majah. Number 2, you miss people more, and that missing is ibadah. Ramadan sharpens every absence. A parent who has passed, a friend who drifted away, a version of yourself you have quietly left behind. But listen to me, that longing, that ache, it's not a distraction from worship, it is worship. Loving someone for the sake of Allah, making dua for them across the distance of death or time. That grief is sacred. Do not push it away. Number 3, the night becomes precious in a way it was never before. When you were young, you stayed up for the fun of it. Now when you push through real exhaustion to make Qiyam al-Layl, when you wake up for Suhoor at 4 a.m. after 3 hours of sleep and spend 20 minutes in dua instead of scrolling your phone, you know exactly what you are trading. Sleep, comfort, your body's demand to rest. And you do it anyway. And about that choice, Allah says in Surah As-Sajda, verse 16, they arise from their beds, they supplicate their Lord in fear and aspiration, and from what we have provided them, they spend. Now, here is what I promised you at the start, the reason why Ramadan feels different. It's not because you have drifted, it's not because you have become less. It's because you have become more. The child who celebrated Ramadan with sweets and lanterns, Allah loved that worship. The teenager who fasted for the first time struggling, Allah accepted that effort. And you, right now, fasting through grief, through fatigue, through the full complicated weight of a life and being lived, Allah sees every version of your worship, every single one. Prophet ﷺ said, whoever fasts Ramadan out of faith and seeking reward, his previous sins will be forgiven. Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Iman with faith, ihtisaban, with honest intention and hope. Not performance, not perfection, just you exactly as you are, turning to Allah. That is enough. Ramadan didn't get harder because you drifted from it. It got deeper because you went deeper, and it met you there. I want you to stop here and actually ask you something, because your answer genuinely matters to me. In the comments below, finish this sentence. This Ramadan I am fasting through dash. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be poetic, just honest. I read every comment during Ramadan, every one. And sometimes the most powerful reminders I receive aren't from books or scholars. They're from people just like you, being real. Drop it below. Let's make this comment section something beautiful this Ramadan, inshallah. As this Ramadan unfolds, give yourself permission to meet it where you are. If you are fasting through heartbreak, that is worship. If you are making tarawih in a 2-bedroom flat with 3 kids who refuse to sleep, that is worship. If you are reading Quran for 5 minutes on your lunch break because that is genuinely what you have, that is worship. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 286, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. You are doing enough. You are enough. May Allah accept every fast, every prayer, every tear, and every silent dua you are making in this month. May He fill your heart with kind of peace that can only ever come from Him. Ramadan Mubarak, my dear brothers and sisters. If this video touched your heart, please hit the like button. It takes 1 second and it helps reach another Muslim who might really need to hear this. Subscribe if you haven't. We are here every week talking about faith, growth, and real life. And share this with one person, just one. Someone fasting through a hard season, a friend who needs to hear that they are enough. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum ya rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.